You know what that means? That means I can eat bread again. Hey everybody, let's get this set up. I'm just trying to forgive the lack of quality assurance on this. I'm just trying to get a video out. It's been about 3 months. There we go. It's hot. And okay, let's turn that off. There we go. Welcome everybody to the next video. Here's the agenda. We're going to go over a quick comment spotlight, and then I've got a bunch of footage from the last 3 months, and I'm recording a voiceover for that. We'll show the footage all sped up, and then we're going to talk about my friend Devin and how he wants to get his own YouTube channel up and rolling, and how that'll probably help me get back in the game with mine. And then I'm actually in Puerto Rico right now, and I have kind of like a long form hidden beach. I mean, the place is we're the only humans out there, and it's just some good relaxing footage. So we'll save that for the end of the video. But first up, I wanted to read this comment that popped up a few days ago. So this is from Trays01. Trays, thank you very much for your comment. It really means a lot to me. Comments like this have really kept me going when times were tough, and nothing but a long grind on the horizon for my foreseeable future. It was comments like this. It was like, just keep doing it, man. Keep on the path you're on, and you'll get to a point where you can start making content again. So I really appreciate it. In fact, let's read that comment. There we go. Yeah, Trey says, man, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I've spent the last 3 hours watching old vlogs from Swifty RL back from 11 to 12 years ago, all the way up to when you moved, drove with Lilo to Seattle. I don't know if you'll see this, but thank you for all the memories back then. I was there daily watching and coming home from school excited to see an upload. I was 18, 20 during those days. I'm 32 now, and I'm getting to that age where I miss the old days and didn't realize how good we had it. I can only imagine how it feels for you guys. Thanks again for all that you did and still do. Hope to at least see you and John together again one day, just one more time as old fellas. 12 years feels like it went by in a blink. Please, God, take me back. Oh, Trays, I appreciate that. I appreciate this comment. Thanks again. Yeah, I did read the comment, as you can see. I look very fondly back on those times, and I do plan on meeting back up with Swifty and 10X. We will get the band back together again one day, I promise. And I want that reunion to be awesome. And I want to be prepared to do a bunch of collaborative work together again. That being said, to do all that, I want to finally get this channel rolling first. I want to get my equipment together. I want to get my process. I want to produce content consistently. I stopped for 3 years to focus solely on my health. I think and before those 3 years, I mean, there was just 3 years where I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about releasing anything. Before that, like, I tried, but I was really, really struggling. And here's another video update, but you'll see why I'm by the end why I'm optimistic that I should be releasing content again on the regular. Also, big thank you to all the great comments from the last video where I sang that Marilyn Manson cover. I'm glad y'all liked it. I'm looking forward to releasing more voice content soon. I did promise a Dolly Parton cover. I want to keep my word. Singing's become quite a hobby for me, and I do enjoy a good narrator for audiobooks also. So I look forward to sharing those things with you as things come along. This is sped up footage over the last 3 months. Here's a quick story of what happened. I renewed the lease on my apartment a few months ago, and they jacked up the price. And after paying at that increased rate for 3 months, I decided to make plans to move and break the lease. And breaking the lease meant that I'd lose my security deposit, and I'd have to pay 2 months of rent to them, but I can make that in payments over the next 6 months. So I figured, hey, as long as I get a new place that's a couple $100 a month cheaper, which shouldn't be hard because I looked around. I was definitely overpaying anywhere between like $400 to $600 to all the other comparable places. Well, my first moving plans fell through, but that was after I was all packed up and I broke the lease. So I went back to my old apartment and said, "Hey, you've already got me for my security deposit. My moving plans fell through. If I sign another 12-month lease, will you work with me on owing those 2 months? Because I don't want to have to pay 2 months of rent and not have a place to sleep." And they said, come back to us on Monday, and the district manager will be here to make the call. Great. So I go back on Monday. They said, "We'd love to rent an apartment to you again. In fact, we just renovated your same unit and we can rent it back to you for $400 cheaper than what you were paying. But we need you to pay the 2 months for breaking the lease and we're keeping your security deposit." So that basically translates in my mind to, you were the last sucker we could get to sign a lease at that inflated rate, which is why we had to drop the price by that much. So we're going to get our money from you. Oh man. So the that begs the question: what do I do if I hurry up and go sign another lease? Then I've basically got to pay double rent, which is the exact opposite of what I was trying to do. Because I'd be, I owe 2 months and I don't get a place to stay, and then if I sign another lease immediately, then I'm basically just doubling up, and I don't want to do that. So I ended up getting a tent, and I kind of stayed in between. I'd camp for about 2 weeks, and then I'd spend a week at like an extended stay. And then that's what you see here is all the footage, just going back and forth, all the meal prep, and then I work remote, so I was able to connect to the internet through the library, and tethering through my phone, so I was able to keep up with my job, and then this way I didn't have to pay double rent. So I still haven't signed a lease yet. And then a buddy of mine at work heard about my situation. He said, "Hey, why don't you, I want to go visit family back in the States," because he lives in Puerto Rico. He goes, "I want to go visit family back in the States. Why don't you come down to Puerto Rico, house sit for me, watch the pets and stuff." And he's got a lot of plants and stuff too. And then I'll go back and visit the fam, and then that way I don't have to worry about things, at my house, because he trusts me and to take care of things, and I'm definitely responsible. So I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." So and I had never been down to Puerto Rico, so that's what we're getting into now is the footage here, um, with one of the most beautiful beaches that there are, that I've ever seen. Yep, there he is, right there. And Devin has always wanted to get his YouTube channel up and running. He's got a bunch of interesting skill sets. So I think helping him get his process together and consistently releasing content is going to help me to get my process together and consistently releasing content. And then once things are really rolling, that's when we'll go get the band back together, and I can I'll go back up to Florida and do some content with John, or anybody else who wants to. So that's basically what happened over the last 3 months. It's been, if you'd have told me 3 months ago I'd end up in Puerto Rico, I'd have told you were crazy. But here we are, and let the good times roll. And I hope to release another video in a week or two, because I'm really trying to get the ball rolling on this, and now I got somebody to work very closely together with, and keep me inspired, like when I was working with Swifty and 10x. I do much better when I've got somebody to, you know, collaborate and bounce ideas off. And if I tell them like, hey, I'm gonna have this video done by, you know, today, and I don't get it done, I feel bad. And then it's like, if I don't get it done the next day, I feel even worse. So here we are. I'm doing everything I can to get this video done tonight, so I can stop saying like I'm gonna get that video done, because I can be a perfectionist, and you know, I can just take so many takes, and oh man, yeah. So that's it. I'm doing this all in one take. I'll chop it up. I just wanted to get something out there. And I'm, you know, pretty sure that's what you folks are looking for. We'll get to the more, you know, highly overproduced and edited stuff soon, but we're just trying to get back in the swing of things. So I'll stop rambling. Check out this long take footage here on the beach. I'll shut up and let you enjoy it. See you next video.